Hi guys, welcome back to Wicked Man. Today I want to talk about something that I hear asked a lot. It seems to be the question that everybody uses to say, can't be a God, don't want to believe in God, don't like the idea of God. It's this right here. If there's a good God, why does he allow bad things to happen? Or it's, why does he allow bad things to happen to good people? Or why does he allow evil? Or why did he create evil? All these kind of things, throwing onto that sort of thing. And I want to talk about that. And I've got about 10 different things. So there's no way I'm going to get all of these things done. So I'm going to do a several weeks of this because I just feel like it's a good question. It's a valid question. I've asked this question in years past, and it's a fair question. But it's a question you can't just decide what you're going to believe based on the question without the answer. That's the problem that I think most people make, is they ask the question, they go, see, and they decide to stop right there. If you're going to ask the question, get the answer. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. I'm listening to some apologists. I've had some say that, well, God, can take life. He's God. He's got the authority. He can do what he wants to. He gives life. He can take it. He can do what he wants to. And that is true. God is the creator of all and he's king of all. He can do whatever he wants. And I totally agree with that. I totally, am willing to accept that authority. I feel like, though, that's sort of missing a little bit about God, because I just don't see God as being that guy that's all cocky going, hey, yeah, man, I'm God. I can do what I want to. Take life. Don't like it. Do bad. I just don't see God doing that. Yes, he has that authority. Yes, he has that power. But I feel like there's a little bit more to it than that. See, we don't fully understand God. See, in Jeremiah 29:11, it says that God has plans for us to prosper us, not to harm us. And so with that mindset there, we have to think about, what are those plans? I mean, clue me in. I'd like to know what those plans are. And that starts where the problem comes in. We want to know. We feel like we have the right to understand those plans. We feel like we have the right to be told the plans. And that comes into the problem that I'm trying to explain today. See, like if I take a child to get a shot that I know they need, the doctor says they need it, the child hurts, the child looks at me and goes, hey, not cool. You allowed this. I thought you were the good one that kept up with things and made sure I didn't get hurt. And here you are being this all letting me get hurt kind of guy. But the child doesn't understand that this shot is necessary. Or if the child has a disease and they really need some serious treatment, I as a parent would have to allow that treatment to happen, even though they don't comprehend. They have a disease. The cure sometimes, or the treatment sometimes, feels almost worse than the disease. But it may be necessary to get to that stage. See, just because we don't understand a thing doesn't mean a thing isn't wrong. Just because we don't understand a thing doesn't mean a thing doesn't exist either. Just because we can't comprehend, just because we can't see it. See, Isaiah 40:28 says that no one can fathom his understandings. And you got to think about this. If he created the universe, since he created the universe, then I have to say I can't comprehend some of his thoughts and ways. Just like a child can't comprehend my thoughts and ways when I'm taking them to the doctor for whatever treatment is necessary. So like I said, and these apologists will say, well, God can kill. God can do that if he wants. God can get that. That mindset of it, he can do what he wants because he is authority. He's God. And like I said, I had a little bit of a problem with that because it just didn't sound like my kind of God. So I was thinking about it, praying over it, and saying, God, I know you're there. I want to understand this question more. And that's what I've been doing. I've been studying for months now and preparing for these videos here that are turning into a series. Didn't mean to be, but they're going to be. So I was thinking about this. I was praying about it. I was driving down the road, and I was like, let me think of this way. I've got a 10-year-old who cannot drive my car. One, she doesn't know how. Two, she doesn't have the physical capability. She can't even reach the steering wheel right. She doesn't comprehend the knowledge of what it is. She also doesn't respect the power of this vehicle and what it can do and how it can harm and what is all about. Like, I don't understand the functioning of the motor, but I know how to drive a car. I know how to stop it. I know how to manage it. I know how to handle it. She does not. If she tries to drive the car, there are consequences to that. She is not allowed to drive the car. Now me, I am allowed to drive the car. I comprehend. I know how. I've tested and passed the test and got the license, and I can drive. I understand what it is. I respect its power, unless of course I'm trying to hurt them get to McDonald's before they stop serving biscuits in the morning. But I still understand this is a thing that has to be respected. See, the same thing I think is where we are with God. See, he is. He understands life better than we do. He understands death in ways we can't comprehend. He understands the future in ways we will never see. So with all of that mindset, he can manage death. Now, for me to go and take a life would be wrong. There's consequences because I don't understand life like he does. I don't understand death like he does. I don't understand the future like he does. But he understands it all. He sees the future, the past, the present. He understands life. He understands death. He understands moving from this life to the next. Because you have to understand, death is not just an end, this horrible thing. That's not fair. Death stinks. It's not just that. It's moving from one location to another location. And it may be that God has a reason to move that person from this location to that. It's not for me to say. In Romans 11:33 and 34, it says that his ways and his judgments are unfathomable. But I want to get this part right. It says I'm reading it here because I want to get this last little bit just right. It says, for who has known the mind of the Lord, or who has become his counselor? See, there's no way that I can go to him and say, hey, what you're doing is wrong. What you're doing is not right. I don't like it. It's not cool that you're doing this. Why are you doing that? Explain this to me. As though I'm ever going to get it, for one. As though I can understand life better than him. It's kind of arrogant, I think, to say, I know life better than you. I don't like the way you're doing things. You need to fix that. It's kind of arrogant, like I said, to assume that my comprehension would be higher than his. So see, just as we talk about that child having that disease, the world has a disease. We have a disease. Adam brought sin to the world, which brought death to the world, which brought a curse on the world of sin. Everything stinks because of that. That death sentence is passed on all of us. God understands. God has promised to make a way, and that is what he is doing. He is working this thing out. He is making a way. Now we may say, yeah, but why can't he just snap his fingers and do it? Once again, who am I to counsel God? His ways are too deep for me to fathom. And his plans for me, I can't say what they are. I can't say why they are. It's foolish to me to look at this and not see that I am just like that child. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't comprehend. And it's foolish to say, since I don't comprehend it, I'm not going to believe it. I don't think I'm that smart. I'm just a wicked man. See you next time. shield.